tells you, "I see you as my family every single day," but you don't even notice it. Because cats don't say this the way humans do, they show it through behavior. And by the end of this video, when you reach point number 1, you'll realize your cat has never looked at you quite like this before. Ready? Let's start. Point 8. If your cat rubs its head against you, that's not just an itch. Cats send the message, "You're my family," through scent marking. They only rub the glands on their face against beings they trust, never against a random surface. When you see this behavior, it means the cat has officially added you to its social map. And this is only the beginning, because as the list goes on, we'll get to a much stranger behavior, one that will definitely surprise you the most, so stay until the end. Point 7. If your cat shows you its belly, no, that's not an invitation to pet it. The belly is one of a cat's most vulnerable spots, home to its vital organs. Showing it to you means, "I don't feel any danger around you." Cats living in the wild almost never make this gesture because exposing the belly in nature is a fatal risk. So if your cat shows you this, it means the bond with you is even stronger than its survival instinct. And that shows just how deep this bond runs, even by human relationship standards. Point 6. Slow blinking, also called the cat kiss. We mentioned this in a previous video. If your cat looks at you and slowly closes its eyes, that means it's sending a deliberate signal of trust. In the wild, closing your eyes leaves a cat defenseless, so they only do this in moments when they feel completely safe. If you blink back slowly the same way, the cat's stress level has been observed to visibly drop. This small gesture is really like a silent conversation between two beings. Point 5. If your cat falls into a deep sleep next to you, especially with its belly exposed and eyes fully closed, that's a very good sign, not a coincidence. Cats never fall fully asleep in an environment where they sense danger. One ear always stays alert, and they wake instantly at the slightest sound. Letting go of that defense completely next to you is the clearest proof that it sees you as part of its safe zone. For a cat, sleep is the greatest surrender it can show in a place it trusts. Now, if you've made it this far, I need to say something. If your cat does at least 2 of these behaviors, it already sees you as its family. You just might not have noticed, but it has known from the start. I want everyone watching this to know that, so if you like and subscribe to this video, this message reaches more cat owners, and maybe they'll rediscover their own cats too. Point 3. Your cat follows you, from the living room to the bedroom, from the kitchen to the bathroom. This is called being a cat shadow, and it's a sign the cat sees you as its source of security and its social center. For a species that loves solitude and independence, this is actually a huge sign of attachment. Wild cat ancestors never showed this kind of following behavior because for a solitary hunter, constantly following someone is a waste of energy. But if your domestic cat does this with you, it means it has counted you as part of its own pack. Point 2. Have you ever noticed that when your cat talks to you, meaning meows, the sound comes out slightly different every time? Adult cats almost never meow at each other. This sound is a special language developed specifically for communicating with humans. So when your cat meows at you, it's actually doing it just for you, meaning it's speaking to you through a communication channel it considers you worthy of, separate from other cats. That's yet another proof that it doesn't see you as just a caretaker, but as a real family member. Point 1. And now we've reached the behavior I promised at the start, tail tip trembling. If the tip of your cat's tail trembles slightly while it's walking, that means excitement or happiness, but it only happens when someone it trusts and loves is approaching. This is a signal that comes straight from the cat's subconscious, one that can't be faked, because tail movements are almost entirely involuntary. So if your cat's tail trembles when it sees you, now you know you're not just its owner, you're its family. Cats can't speak in words, but every day they tell us things, patiently, quietly, in their own language. The question is, do you actually see them? Write in the comments which of these behaviors your cat does. Let's see how many of them sound familiar to you.